Today we're going to do an oil change for a Toyota RAV4 limited edition. The items that you're going to need are 0W16 oil and an oil filter. In this case, they've switched back to the cartridge filters, and then you're going to need an oil gasket for your drain plug. But they've changed it, and I'll go ahead and list the model number below as well. And they've given you, these cost $1 at my dealership. I've had it where you've paid for the oil filter, and they throw one of these things in, and a wrench as well. I'm going to show you a little bit of locations of where to fill up your oil. On this car, the oil filling portion is right here, and your oil dip stick check is right here. If you never done under your car, you're going to have this cover, and we're going to open using a 10mm socket, and I'll show one of these, but there are 1, 2, 3, and then 4, and we're going to show you the removal of each of these, and we're just going to do 1 out of the 4, and you can do the rest. So we're going to go counterclockwise, just to fill up a screw right here, that in case you have a screwdriver, that will work as well. So once you removed each of these 4 out, it's going to naturally fall out, and there's going to be a lip right here that will fall into this groove right here, and that's going to show you where your oil is. So your oil pan nut is located right here, and we're going to remove that next. So we're going to undo the drain pan plug located right here. Let's make sure you have a drain pan located above there as well. And then this is this car's first oil change, and what I like to do when I'm pulling out this drain bolt so that I can control the flow is I like to press against the drain plug nut as well, so that once I see a little bit of oil, I can pull it out and allow it to drain. Alright, so the next step after it's drained is we're going to replace the drain nut. I like to wipe it off with a paper towel, and we're going to go ahead and put in the washer. And what I like to do is make sure that the previous washer gets removed. So let's make sure that you take off the old washer. This old washer was sealed to the drain pan right here, so we had to use a flat-headed screwdriver and budge it out. So we're going to go ahead and put in the new drain plug next. And what I like to do is wipe out the area as best as I can, and you may end up having some excess oil after you've waited. And after you've hand tightened it, you can do a 1/4 turn on this to get it tight. I'll put the torque specs on the screen for you to take a look at in case you have a torque wrench. So we're going to tighten this up. To 1/4 tight. And we'll work on the oil filter next. So the oil filter is located right here, and the oil pan that we had was located a little bit further back. What you may need is a tool like this, oil filter removal tool to remove it. You're going to put a catch pan under it and go counterclockwise right here to remove it. And we're going to cut to me removing it so that I can get you a better camera angle. I wanted to show you the instructions right here. We're going to lubricate the gasket that's on the outside right here with a little bit of your existing oil that you've bought. And we're just going to go around the outside. And the purpose of this is to make sure that whenever you take it off the next time that it's easier to take off. So I'll show you the installation next. A tool where you can put these in by hand. So if you wanted to know exactly how much oil is referenced in here, it's 4.8 quarts or 4.4. What I like to do is I usually put in 4.5, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to start up the car and then I'm going to check the levels a couple times, but it's almost the entire 5 quarts that you purchased. We're going to undo the oil. We're going to get ourselves an oil filter, and the thing I want you to notice on here is that it's kind of shallow. So what we're going to do is we're going to hold this right here and we're going to slowly add it because we don't want it to overfill this portion. Oil, make sure it doesn't overflow. After you've started the car and let it warmed up for 3 minutes, we often check for any leaks after the car is warmed up. There's going to be a lip that's right here, and what I like to do is slip that on and then hand tighten each of these.